Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are playing as Portugal, and we've been playing as Portugal this whole time. We are still in a war with British Raj, and our goal in this war is to get big stonks. So let's go ahead and hit that button to continue playing. This war shouldn't hold on much longer. I think we're about in the... Oop, where? Chiang Mai to Nasaram. Oh, I'm not worried about that. We are close to getting a hold of Indore, which is the state that we need, I think, in order to remove their war support protection. Yeah. Cool. Baroda has been annexed. And we're getting there. Where's... Hey, and we're in ascent for landed voting. Wonderful. So that will be there soon. I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. Got a couple of battles kicked off. Most of them look like they're going well for us. Occupation is growing in Indore. Very good. Very good. Another battle. And that is going to be a runaway success. Alright, we have got hold of Indore. So, I need to keep an eye on this because I have a war goal. And, Mysore Pegu front. This. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Why is this a separate front? Oh, this is the Mysore Pegu front. That's curious. Yeah, I'll pull an army over there. That's weird. And there we go. That is the end of the war. And we got our war reparations, which includes a fat stack of cash. 37.5K a week. That will be more than enough to support our continued economic growth. So I'm feeling very pleased about that. And we're headed towards landed voting. Alright. Raising concerns. The intelligentsia have expressed their concerns about the government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of Portugal with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed, makes the intelligentsia happy and the industrialists unhappy, or they need to accept we can't always please everyone. This makes the intelligentsia unhappy and weakens them. I do not want to weaken the intelligentsia at this stage. The industrialists are just going to have to tolerate it. It'll be fine. They'll get theirs soon enough. So, now that I've got a pile of cash in my back pocket, I will let you know that I've been looking around the map, looking for good targets, and I think an ideal target for expansion is Burma. And part of the reason that's the case is because the Shan states here have lead mine capacity, and quite a bit of it. So I'm hoping to take that territory. Either take that territory or turn Burma into a puppet state. Let me see. Protectorate really 17 infamy. But let's see what that looks like. Cambodia and Luang Prabang will stand against me if I do this. But I don't think anyone else of note will. Only China really has the ability to. And let's take a look at what they've got before we start out. Let's find the capital. Capital is... Well, I should have anticipated the capital was going to be Burma. Alright, they have irregular infantry. Alright, so I'm not worried at all. Burma, you're coming with me. Alright, so that's a little bit of infamy, but it is what it is. Got some issues with attitude around here. I am already improving relations with Magunda now. What about Siak? Relations are too high. Alright, well that'll be fine. So, I think we are going to land... I'm going to mobilize just the Ejército Portugués. We'll put them in Siak. And then we will station the Marina Real Portugués over here in the Andaman Sea. And that should be everything we need. Got a government admin queued in, got gold mines set up. So let's get started. And that should deal with this thing that we keep hitting, because we're buying it from abroad, and that's always hard. This is really solid. Not going to do too much expansion of the construction industry just yet, while I'm in debt. Gold depleted in North Borneo. That is not a... Oh, that is a thing that impacts me, because of Bulangan. Cambodia sides with Burma. Alright, not a problem. Does Cambodia have anything I want? It's got capacity for silk, which is potentially useful. It's got some iron and logging camps. I could take Cambodia. Is Cambodia independent? No. Cambodia is a subject of Dynam. But anyway, that's going to be too much infamy. And I can't do a... I can't add a transfer subject war goal because I'm not fighting Dynam right now. So who are the countries that I could potentially pull in? Britain, China, France. Alright. Again, I'm not super concerned about this war, so I think we'll be good to go. You know, I've been doing pretty well in this run. I got a lot of cash. I deserve it. I'm going to increase the size of my construction sectors. I know I just said I wasn't going to. It's not going to be too much. We're just going up to 15. But I'm going to do it because I've got to get... I got to figure out how to use all this cash that I'm getting. Cambodia is swayed. Alright. China is neutral. Alright. We're good. We're doing very well. What if I add a war goal to ban slavery? Would that be useful to me? I don't think so. Maybe. Do I want to? No, I don't want to interrupt escalation. I should have done it earlier, but I didn't. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens with landed voting. Got another year to work on this. These take a long time. Obviously, it's going to goof up the government legitimacy, but only for a little bit. Got those construction sectors finished, and we are officially building 3 buildings at once, which I'm very, very pleased about. And we are in the countdown to war. Conquer state in Niger. Britain, who are you going after? Oyo. Interesting. Very interesting. Britain does not want my support, and that's just fine with me. Something going on in Pontianak. But that doesn't involve me, so we'll let it go. Hey, Britain, you sure you don't want help? Okay. It'll be fine. And France sides with Oyo. Interesting. Let's do it. Britain still isn't interested in my help, but that's okay. I'm not super interested in fighting France myself, so that is just fine. Let's see how the naval landing is going. It's going pretty well. And there's organized sports. So that should give me a nice bump in prestige. At least on the weekends. Oh, yeah, I think it has already. Yeah, there you go. 294. Excellent. So that'll be just fine. I'm going to go ahead and declare neutrality on this. I don't have a goat in this race. A new diplomatic play is kicking off. This is Champasak versus Siam. Looking for independence for Champasak and Luang Prabang. And an extra increased autonomy, CB. That's interesting. Siam is going for a humiliate Dynam war goal. What an interesting situation. What could I get if I went this way? I could grab a protectorate over Siam. That would be pretty extreme, but pretty cool. The other hand, if I went this way, a protectorate over Dynam. Opportunity does indeed knock. I'm going to let my current war go for a minute, and then we'll see. We'll see if anyone leans in. If the Netherlands joins Siam, then yeah, there we go. Alright, what are they getting out of this? A call ally CB. Alright. So now... oh my god, that would be so extreme. Some conquer state CBs, but... I could grab Guyana. But wait, let's be clear here. The Netherlands has a fully built army, but they're not very high. They're the same technology level as me, but they're not super. They're not as big as my army. So if I went for that, I have to say I'm tempted to go for Guyana. Certainly don't need Luxembourg. Do I dare to? Who else could step in on this? So far, Great Britain and France are still in. I don't think France will move against me. So I think I'm going to do it. On the other hand, if I go for Windward Coast, that would give me an in into Africa. But no, I think Guyana is the better target. Let's go ahead and mobilize our other armies. And I'm going to move the Army of East Africa to Portugal proper right now. Alright, they have accepted our help. So, do I put... Yes, I put the auxiliary army over here right now while we're doing that. And we got some events. First, we got inefficient agriculture. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Extremadura, stating their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and callous hands, too exhausted from manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to afford to use more advanced tools that would make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. Our options are we should follow their advice, which radicalizes upper stratum pops in the space, but also adds migration attraction, or say they serve our purposes, this makes the industrialists mad. I kind of made the industrialists mad already, so I'm going to go with the first one. And then the paperwork of elections. Implementing a proper voting system for the upcoming landed voting elections has put a strain on the Portuguese government's administrative capacities. Once we have the whole infrastructure in place, it will be much easier. We need to prove that we can do this. People need to be able to trust that their votes will be properly collected and counted, or they shall quickly dismiss the elections as a sham. The people are watching. Other nations are watching. We can't afford to take shortcuts. We'll use resources from other administrative branches if necessary, minus 10% bureaucracy, or we'll simply have to take our time plus 20% enactment time. I'm going to actually go with the enactment time, and here's why. This is going to be November 6th. So that's 6 months from now. I got one more pass before this time's out. If this time runs out, they're only going to be a little bit upset because we got 2/3 of the way there, and it'll likely happen. You know, if that doesn't happen, then if the time runs out, they'll get a little salty, and then we'll stop and keep oligarchy, and it'll be fine. So yeah, and I don't want to take that bureaucracy hit because bureaucracy is already creating a situation for me. Alright. French Empire sides with Siam. That's my side, right? Not great. Not great. I can still bail. Because again, I don't want to be fighting France. Wait a minute. Why is this a front? Oh, because I'm holding that territory. Well, gosh. We'll see if they can get Britain or one of the other majors on their side. If not, then we'll just have to not worry about it. Yep. Nope. Don't want to, don't want to worry about that. I got enough on my plate over here. 52% progress. I'm fine. It's fine. I'll get Guyana some other time. Although France is in the middle of a war with Britain, which they currently seem to be losing. So maybe that was dumb. But it is what it is. I'm in Guyana to have a front with Brazil, not to have a front with Netherlands. Because going after Brazil is something I am going to eventually do. Ooh, actually losing this one. Interesting. And now my bureaucratic situation is really rough. Let's go ahead and queue in another couple levels. Did I have a temporary buff? I guess so. So let's see. Let's throw one more level into Beira and one more level into Extremadura. And do we have any unrealized taxes? Only from the overall situation. So let's just throw these in at the top. And there's shell gun. Excellent. So do I do I have my own artillery foundry yet? I don't. Or I do. So we'll put that on smooth bores. We'll have a smooth bore strategy. Only 55% progress on this naval invasion so far. Not at my happiest about that. Let's bring in our other armies. Sir Henry Havelock was expelled from the British Raj. That's curious. And modern Suraj. Hey, why are you not advancing? You gonna land? Oh, they're low on manpower. Interesting. Quite curious. I did not expect this. I did not expect this to be a hard invasion to do. New Grenada's improving relations. Very nice. So this is one more pass. This is likely to happen, but parties will be formed, and that'll be what it is. Are my motor industries not producing motors? Why not? Can't find shopkeepers. Interesting. Quite curious. Oop. A diplomatic play started and then stopped. Hamburg, internal situation, don't want to deal with it. Got another battle kicking off, and we're actually losing this one. Interesting. That's not great, friends, I must say. And we have a lead shortage still, which isn't shocking. I'm trying to remedy that here. Huh. Perhaps we'll send in the Divisio Auxiliar. And that will allow us to get what we need to get. You know, usually these battles are pretty straightforward. Let's take a look at their situation. Ooh, more gold in the Transvaal. Wonderful. Let me see. Let me see. They're currently not in debt even. Wow. Gosh. Our forces are good. Let's look at mobilization options, because I haven't checked that out. Let's go with extra supplies. I think that's the right way to go. And we'll do these ones to the Army of East Africa as well. Alright. Portuguese-British Fellowship offers an opportunity to establish foreign investment rights with Great Britain. I'm not going to do this. This isn't useful to us. Empty pockets. A series of perceived poor decisions by the movement to preserve oligarchy has led to a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. Numerous wealthy sympathizers have quietly halted their support for the movement in its current form. We do not wish to appear partisan. Always the same refrain. The organizer paced back and forth within his tiny office, fist clenched until it felt as if his knuckles were about to burst through his skin. Occasionally he stole a glance at the unopened envelopes on his desk, all of which he knew would repeat a variation on the same. Partisan. What did it mean? That they cared for something? That they'd chosen to do something beyond count the money in their vaults? He had something important to do, something which would improve society itself. They had a chance to do the same. In that light, how could partisanship possibly be bad? Perhaps they'll find an alternative source of funds. 2% of pops in Extremadura become loyalists. That's interesting. It weakens political movement. Or everything dies in the end, some faster than others, minus 15% strength. I'm going to go with the first one. I like some extra loyalist pops. That's easy. That's free. We'll see if landed voting happens, because if it doesn't, then it's not gonna. Netherlands sides with Sulu on this situation. Internal Sulu situation. France does not have a plan to get involved in this, so I might. But Qing is potentially going to stay in at that. Alright, I'm going to be neutral on this as well. I'm going to focus on the thing that I'm currently focusing on, because this seems to be the most important. Alright, we are winning. We've only got 30% landing progress, but we are winning. And there's landed voting. Alright. So that completes our government petition. And we got some new parties. So let's see where the parties. We got the Regenerator Party, which is the landowners. They are conservative. We've got the Historic Party. They're free traders. We've got the Progressive Party. So the Historic Party are the industrialists. The Progressive Party are the intelligentsia. They're protectionists. They're liberals. And then the Petit Bourgeoisie are going to join the Regenerator Party. So let's have a quick government reform. We'll throw the Historic Party and the Progressive Party in together. And that'll be the government. That's not what was supposed to happen. These guys. I want these guys together. Okay, anyway. That was a little curious. Alright, and we have an election kicking off. Unfortunately, the Regenerator Party seems to have just a million momentum, which is a little shocking. We're going to see if we can overcome that in some election events. Cool, we're at 56% progress. This army is a little short of manpower, but I'm hoping I can get where I want to get. Ugh. It's a tough battle. I need to research triage. Whistle stop tour. Aquilino Villela intends to travel across Extremadura by train to campaign for the Regenerator Party. All I intend to do is present myself to the people. I'm just a simple man trying to get our party's message out by the best means possible. Campaigning by rail is a smart move, 10% momentum, stressed railway network, minus 25% railway throughput. Or, sure would be a shame if the campaign train kept suffering delays, minus 10% momentum, minus 50% railway throughput. You know I'm going to go with that second one, because I don't want to strengthen the regenerator party. So, unfortunately, that is probably going to lead to a debuff, to a situation in Estremadura. Where are we with, infrastructure? Oh, we're okay. We're doing okay. Alright, so that should be fine. Battle's unfortunately a loss. Tell you what. Let's grab this army. We'll throw a couple more artillery in there. Just enough to give us a little bit more strength. We'll build those quickly, and then if the current naval invasion is a failure, then the second we'll have to do. And medium term, actually, maybe increasing the size of the fleet is the play. I think if I go up to 25 ships, then I could get the Ejército Portugués to be a little stronger. Oh, can't do that. Have to increase the infantry first. Then I can increase the artillery. But obviously, increasing the navy is going to be something that has to be done before any of that can be handled. So we'll get started on that right away. We'll see if we can keep pushing here. I, too, have war sport protection. And there is mechanized workshops, which is very, very useful. So, let's go to military, and let's... Oh my god, I need logistics before I can get triage. Well, that's got to get done. There's no other options here. And then after that, I think we'll go with breech-loading artillery, because I want to stay ahead on the artillery front. Then society. We've still got a lot of tier 2s. But I think we'll go ahead and knock out the tier 2s next. We'll have central archives, corporate charters, joint stock companies, postal savings, finally labor movement, and then realism. And then once all that's done, I gotta get me steel frame construction. Spain and Prussia. Prussia, are you a republic right now? Prussia, an oligarchic presidential republic. Incredible. What a curious situation. No. Keep this army here. So, here's the thing. I'm not necessarily looking for opportunities to fight Spain, but here's the thing. Spain has 148 battalions. Well, that's a lot. Prussia has 242. And Prussia very often keeps very far ahead on military tech. So I feel very confident in Prussia's ability to beat Spain. Prussia's the number 4 great power. Spain is the number 5. So if I join in on this, I might be able to get a little bit of territory in Spain properly. I would love to get Galicia, and here's why Galicia. Galicia's got a decent population. They're contiguous with Portugal itself, but their population is Galician. Galician people are lusophone, which it means they're Portuguese speaking. So that means they are ideal to incorporate into my imperial core. Now again, I said I wasn't going to increase the size of my imperial core, and I'm I'm sticking to that. Like, this isn't a form Iberia run. If anything, a goal in the long term is to form the United Kingdom of Portugal and Brazil, but we're not there yet. But this is potentially a target, and I think if I can't make this naval landing happen, it might end up being better for me to just... Why is the Ejército Portugués increasing in size? I'm not building those yet. That's weird. I think a better plan... I think offering Prussia our help. Alright, Belgium sides with Spain. That's not great. Prussia doesn't want help. Well, gosh darn it. They said they were going to want help. I'm trying to humiliate Belgium. Well, gosh, I had a whole bit. It's okay. We are winning on attacks here now. So hopefully this gets us close, at least. If we can keep bashing away over here, we can win. Commander commends civic coalition. Emperor Mikado, General Mikado, a brigadier general of the Army of East Africa, has made public statements in support of the historic party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. It is my duty to defend the nation and its interests. Politics is as much a part of war as battles and logistics are. I don't see the problem with doing my duty and doing what I can to make sure those who are best fit to protect the nation end up being the ones in charge. Candido Mikado can say what he likes, 20% momentum. Reprimand him, good soldiers don't give orders, they take them. 5% of officers become radical. Or if he likes politics so much he ought to get more involved, he becomes the leader of the industrialists. He is a protectionist. I'm going to say he can say what he wants. It's going to give a little bit more momentum to the historic party, which again is my industrialists, my free trade party. And that is kind of what I want, because they're the ones I want to have in the government. Alright. Anything is still happening. Here's another battle, and we are winning on this one. Alright. Beautiful. Alright. Prussia will accept our support if we offer it. So let's see if we can get a conquer war goal on Galicia. War goals. Conquer. We can only get South Cameroon. Gosh. Alright, yeah, they don't want the infamy to deal with, which is fine. Can't get any transfer subjects. What about a liberate subject? A liberate in the Philippines would offer excellent opportunities for me to expand in that area. I would love to have control over the Philippines. Again, nobody seems particularly interested in getting in on this. Except for Saxe Meiningen, and I'm not particularly concerned about them. Belgium is a power, but again, that's not the war goal I want. You get war reparations from... I can't get them from Spain anyway. Yeah, it's too much infamy. That's a real shame. Especially South Cameroon. Yeah, that's just Fernando Po. That doesn't help me. Liberating the Philippines would be good. Geopolitically. It would let me consolidate all of Mindanao under Maguindanao, which would be nice. Eventually, obviously. But do I do this? Is this what I want to do? Do I want to decay Spain's empire? Spain is looking for transfer of Schleswig and Holstein to humiliate Prussia. Prussia is looking for war reparations and to humiliate Belgium. can't get a transfer. I can only get a liberate. No, not worth it. I got an economy to build up and everything. I got other stuff I gotta do. And this looks like a successful landing, which I'm very pleased about. There is the election results. So, let's take a look at the politics. We're still in an unacceptable government, but it's close. I could get a much more acceptable government if I booted the intelligentsia out, interestingly. But I like where I am, and I'm where I want to be. So, what do we need to do to go to wealth voting? The landowners will be very upset. But I could have a friend. I do have some solid defensive pacts. If I kick off a war over that, I could to enact homesteading. That's interesting. Alright, and there is our naval invasion. I'm going to put these units on defend for now. Just while they build up more strength, because currently manpower is pretty tight. And now that I'm not fighting an additional war, let's put the auxiliary division over here. We'll send them all the way back. Great Britain's going after Kutai. Hey, you want my help? No? Okay, sad. How about now? This is kind of touch and go. Wow, heck. We are in defense, which is helping us a lot. I didn't think Burma was going to be that big of a risk, honestly. I did not think this was going to be potentially hard. With that said, I am defending here. So this is a losing battle, but continuing to defend will eventually really wear out the enemy's armies. So I'm hoping... I got allies coming in here from Ethiopia and the Marina Kingdom. So I'm hoping that my superior strength and my ability to put more battalions in the front, now that I've got more than just me on the front, will prove decisive. Alright, so actually, now, force comparison is looking rock solid. So I'll put these units back on advance. And then we'll head to the capital, and that'll be just fine. Alright, it was touch and go for a bit, but we're going to get what we want to get. I'm just going to declare neutrality over here. Obviously, we're in the countdown to war, so I can't change my stance at this stage. And we are attacking successfully at this point. So this war should be done pretty soon. How are things looking overall? We've suffered 27k dead, 48k wounded. Not great. We've done a lot more damage to the enemy, but that's not my goal here. Still, 27k dead isn't bad from an overall perspective. For a small country, it's not ideal, but, you know, it's pretty alright. And this will get us the lead we need to do all the work we need to do. We're finally working on those gold mines in Vrystadt. This is going to really help with our finances as well. Do we have the infrastructure for it? Surely do. Excellent. I will say our infamy is mostly decayed at this point. Alright, and they no longer have war support protection, which means they are willing to accept peace. And excellent. We will start improving relations with them immediately. And we will queue in the lead mines that our empire needs in the Shan states. We'll throw those in basically at the top. We'll finish out the gold mines in Reichstadt that we're currently working on. But that is good to go. All right, where are we in the episode? Wow, we're actually way over time. I'm just going to go to the end of the year. I was not paying attention to how long things have been happening, and we are totally over our time limit. But we are doing pretty well. We really need more coal. So that's definitely going to be something we'll do. All right, so we'll do these three events, and then we'll put... Actually, no. I'm at like 40 minutes at this point. We'll do these 3 events at the beginning of next episode. For now, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.